Coming to you from the Lydia Media Studios in the heart of Lewiston, Auburn, it's Lydia's Lunch Bunch, LA's afternoon morning show with Mark, Sarah, and Pam, and our guest meteorologist, Alex. How you doing?
Good.
Good morning. Well, good afternoon.
You too.
We are covering news and events in the greater LA area and talking to the people making a difference in our community. Give us a listen at LydiaMediaLLC.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And feel free to share your comments, questions, or suggestions via email at podcast@LydiaMediaLLC.com.
Today's show is brought to you by UPI Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, serving residential and commercial customers with new installations and repairs. Call today and schedule your oil and gas boiler cleanings, 754-4556, UPI, the best plumbers around. And also by Ruper's Beverage and Redemption. When it comes to weekend refreshments, don't botch it, squatch it at 6 locations in Lewiston, Auburn, and Oxford. Learn more at rupersbeverage.com, and remember, the party starts at Ruper's.
Let's take a look at some headlines for Tuesday, September the 24th.
The Sun Journal reports that Lewiston Public Schools received a $500,000 grant from the Department of Justice to bolster entrance and building safety. The funds will be used to implement a new system allowing the schools to identify, warn against, and follow intruders by linking access, control, and cameras.
Last night's Lewiston Planning Board workshop and meeting are now available on the city's YouTube channel. Agenda items include John F. Murphy Homes Development Review application to expand their school at 5 Memorial Drive and GRE LLC's application to create 208 apartments on 11 acres at 128 Farwell Street.
Seniors Plus is accepting applications for its Meals on Wheels program, which serves older adults and individuals with disabilities in Androscoggin, Oxford, and Franklin counties. More information, you can visit seniorsplus.org.
And the deadline for Uplift LA's Finest Under 40 has been extended to Sunday. If you'd like to nominate a rising professional under 40 years old that is committed to the betterment of their community, visit upliftLAmaine.com. Now we send it over to meteorologist Alex.
Cloudy today with a high 67. A low of 48. Cloudy tomorrow. Highs in the mid-60s. It looks like rain on Thursday. The temp in the low 60s.
Well done.
Nailed it.
In sports, Tanner Houck gave up one hit over 5 innings to lead the Red Sox over the Blue Jays 4-1. They'll play again tonight at 7 in Toronto.
In women's soccer, Bates College beat Maine Maritime Academy 2-0.
On our high school scoreboard in field hockey, it was Lewiston over Edward Woodland overtime 1-0, and St. Dom's beat Wells 7-0.
And in golf, it was Levitt shutting out MCI 9-0. Now it is time for, it's time for a podcast segment.
Yeah.
It's not exactly sweeping the Twin Cities.
This
Not today.
This one's just sort of wandering through the Twin Cities
It
going,
is.
what's going on?
It's wandering aimlessly.
Yeah.
They're famous. It's their birthdays. It's famous people birthdays. It's famous people birthdays.
Not a whole lot of famous people were born on September 24th.
Why is that?
I don't know.
It's weird.
But Sarah found one that's kind of famous.
Kind of
semi-famous.
Sort of famous.
Oh, you know who has a birthday today? Adam West. What? But not the
Batman?
Not the real Batman. No, a friend of mine, Adam West.
Okay.
We can give a shout out to him.
Yeah,
Happy
let's give a
birthday,
shout out to Adam.
He's
He's
probably
kind of famous. He has a famous name.
He does. He's probably more famous than our one famous person, who is Ben Platt, who is 31 today. He's an actor, singer, producer. He's been on Broadway, and he did the musical adaptation movie version of Dear Evan Hansen. So he's like the star of that, Dear Evan Hansen.
All right.
But he also has a couple of albums out, and he was in Pitch Perfect, and I think he was on a couple of episodes of Glee as somebody's boyfriend. But
Happy birthday to Ben Platt and Adam West.
Adam West, not
Batman.
yes.
We do call him Batman, but he's not the real Batman. He's 42 today.
I think we're going to call these our SFPBs, our semi-famous people birthdays.
Yes.
I'm probably going to delete this. Just to give you an idea of how unfamous this list of semi-famous people's birthdays we have in front of us, the second most famous person on the list is the drummer for Slipknot.
Slipknot. I saw that too. Ooh.
We need to get out of this quick. We are going to let you know that if you need a heat pump, you can check the cover. If you need auto repair, that's under the cover. Independent mortgage lender, that's out back. These are just a few of the resources you'll find in the September issue of Uncle Andy's Digest.
Out now.
Along with jokes, funny stories, news items, shout-outs, business spotlights, an events calendar, and advertiser directory, Uncle Andy's Digest is your guide to, well, just about anything. Find them online at uncleandys.com. Today at 4:30 at Lydia Media, we have the release party for the autumn issue of LA Metro Magazine. And these magazines are so hot off the presses, they're not even out of the boxes yet.
They're behind us.
Pam must have opened a box yesterday to give us copies, and that was it.
Absolutely. That
Right?
was all one box.
You can stop by for the release party and get yourself a copy of LA Metro Magazine. Obviously, the first thing you notice about any magazine is the cover, but
Yeah.
this one is different from anything you've ever done before, Pam.
It really is.
beautiful.
Yeah, it took a long time to nail this one down, but I'm pretty happy with the finished product.
It's a very different looking cover than anything you've done before, Pam. Do you want to talk a little bit about what went into the design of this one?
A lot of thought. The cover story, the name of the story inside is called Light from the Dark, and I wanted to bring to light the things that people saw kind of behind the scenes surrounding the events of October 25th last year, but more so the things that people weren't really talking about. You know, the way businesses and people in general just kind of showed up for others in ways that haven't been spoken about since. The cover was really trying to encapsulate the positiveness of it and the warmth that surrounded people doing things for each other during a time of chaos and uncertainties. So it was really, I don't want to say difficult, but
Kind of, though.
it was difficult in the sense we were trying to be sensitive about
Yeah.
it. We didn't want it to be trauma-inducing or triggering in any manner. We really wanted it to be something that was, again, positive, which is what the story is about, the positive things that people saw surrounding that day.
You've really done a good job of capturing a very specific moment on the cover that really reflects that feeling of support and community that we all kind of had to experience on that day. So I think it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Very well done. And the story was written by Michael Krapovicki.
Yes.
Heart of our community.
Yep. No small feat there.
No.
for Mike.
I tried to kind of touch base with a handful of people even prior to assigning the story so that there was less kind of footwork in that manner where I could kind of direct him to specifically who I wanted him to speak to and what to speak about. So there wasn't a lot of, there was a lot more work put into this than a typical story because there were so many people involved and so many people that had these types of stories to let us know about.
Something I noticed about the article itself is that it really, you hit the page and it really gives you, okay, this is your chance to not read this article if you don't want to. Right? Like, it's like, it's a clear message. This is what we're going to be talking about. This is mostly positive. Go ahead and read the article if you'd like to.
Right.
It's very nice. Something that you included is, assisting and empowering our traumatized community. That really gives that, okay, here we go. I like it.
And taking a look at some of the other feature stories, we have Decades in Diamonds, looking back at 40 years of Republic jewelry, coins, and collectibles history.
And they're right on Center Street.
They're right on Center Street.
Yep.
Yeah, and they talk about the original owner is still working and a part of the business. Of course, his son has stepped in and is a big part of it as well. But it just talks about how he got into it. He started off working out of a suitcase, collecting coins and things like that.
Yeah. I like going in there. They're always very friendly. They're always quite busy too, but they have a very good way of acknowledging everybody who comes through the door, which I like. Even when it's busy, they make a point of saying hello to you when you walk in, which I really appreciate because you could take your business anywhere, but it's nice to be welcomed in when you come into a store.
Yeah, they're well-rounded. They have jewelry and they have new jewelry. They can order you custom jewelry. They have estate jewelry. You can bring in your old jewelry that you don't wear and they'll buy it from you. And then, of course, the coins and collectibles. They do a lot with sporting collectibles, cards, jerseys, anything like that. They also somehow get connections to find signed or autographed collectibles. So
They also can tell you what something you have is worth, which is really cool. I bet they've had some good surprises. I'm kind of poking through and giving you a clue as to maybe there's something in the article that might surprise you.
Yeah, there's a part in the story where he talks about an elderly lady came in. She had a necklace, and she thought, maybe it'd be $50 she could get for it to kind of supplement her income for that month or whatnot. She never wore it. It was stuck in a drawer, and they offered her $500 for it.
Wow.
It was worth well more than what she was expecting. So you really never know what you have collecting dust in your drawers.
Yeah.
So even
Sports
if you don't want to
cards.
get rid of it, bring it in, have them check it out, so you have an idea of what it's worth, and it's well worth the trip over there.
Sports cards and Beanie Babies and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
There are 92 shopping days until Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
And in the autumn issue of LA Metro Magazine, our very own Pam Ashby
That'd be me.
That's you.
has a gift guide where you did some shopping yourself and found some cool finds in the area.
I mean, there were definitely things that I already knew I wanted in there, but I did spend some time kind of going out and looking around for things that people may not know are around in the area. And some of them came to me, honestly. Labrie Woodworking, they custom made the cutting board you see in this article.
That's beautiful.
Custom made. They can engrave them too, so that can be customizable as well. They're doing a coaster club thing with a lot of restaurants in the areas too, which you'll find as actually part of the gift guide as well. Max Grill has a coaster club where you purchase a coaster, so it's kind of like the mug club.
that is new.
But it's
to
a coaster
me.
thing, yeah. And you don't necessarily, they can give you your coaster while you're sitting at the bar or at your table or whatnot. But the whole idea is you get discount drinks, you get discounted appetizers, you get specials throughout the year if you're part of the Coaster Club. So,
Very cool.
And what Max Grill had come up with really intrigued me, so I bought one for myself. Sarah, you did mention the beautiful charcuterie board.
Oh my
that
gosh,
is
it's
in
gorgeous.
this.
Yep, that's Obscura Cafe and Drinkery, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
super
beautiful.
easy. Call ahead, order, pick it up. It comes in like a pizza box. We took it out and displayed it on the beautiful cutting board, so you could do that for yourself at home if you're having a small gathering, friends over, holiday parties, anything like that. It's so quick and easy, and it's real high-end,
Yeah.
beautiful stuff. So
I would say definitely order in advance because of that. Because if they don't have
Right.
everything, it's so expensive to make it for them even that they can't have everything just hanging around or it will.
right.
maybe
and
not
that
get
was
used.
one of the things I love about this idea is, have you ever made a charcuterie at home?
Yeah.
To buy all the things for a charcuterie board, I spent like over $100.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And then I didn't use a third
Right.
or 2/3 of some of the things, so it just sat around in my
Yep,
refrigerator.
it's terrible, huh?
So this is such a great way to just purchase one from Obscura. You have what you need. I think it's right around $25.
And it's beautiful.
And it's beautiful.
And it's very good. It's really good stuff.
It
And I
is.
saw it in real life.
You saw it in real life, Alex?
Yeah.
Did you eat anything from it? Did you try the
Chocolate.
cheese? Oh, you tried the chocolate.
Well, that wasn't part of the charcuterie. I think you had some grapes. Did you try a piece
Yeah.
of the salami?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, and you've got some oils from Fiore. Is that from the vault?
It is. Yeah, the vault has a amazing section of Fiore oils and balsamics. So Kevin and I bought the bourbon maple balsamic. It is so good. We drizzle it over our salmon, or my favorite, the Brussels sprouts.
Do you then roast the Brussels sprouts?
Roast the Brussels
That
sprouts.
sounds like I bet they get all crispy from the sugar and the maple. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do have I think it's black garlic is another one of their, I don't know if it's an oil or a balsamic. I think it's another balsamic.
Sounds good.
The flavor options they have there are amazing, and you can taste them.
Yeah, they have little
Yep.
little cups you can test them out.
Ask the person working that day to test them. You can't do it yourself, but they're a great spot to pick something up to really step up your recipes.
And
So-
I say too, like just they have a lot of little gifty things. Like if you need
do.
to, like as we're getting into the holidays, maybe you need to grab a bottle of wine to go to dinner or something. They've got that, but they've also got little gift bags you can put the wine in, or you can pick up a little card or cocktail napkins or whatever, just to contribute to the party that you're headed to.
Yep.
Quick
They
and
sure
easy
do.
one-stop shop.
Yeah,
I
the
love it
vault
there.
is great. I actually am part of the wine club.
Of course you are.
Who, me? Which I love because sometimes, yes, I have some favorite wines that I buy on a regular basis. But if I want to go out and look for a wine, I don't know what to choose.
Right.
If I want to try something different, this is great. This is a perfect way to do that.
They can give you some great suggestions.
Exactly. Yeah. Keith does all that. He puts it together, and every first of the month I swing in and I pick up my 2 bottles of wine, and yeah, it's great.
And speaking of gift giving, we have our friend Misty Edgecombe of Thoughtful Giving here, and she's come up with something pretty unique.
Yeah, this is a really cool app she's developed. She came up with the idea after a birthday party that she threw for one of her children, how many gifts she received that were, essentially kind of useless. It wasn't something her child needed or wanted or anything like that. So she's like, there must be a better way. This is so kind of wasteful.
Yeah. You've got those, well-meaning relatives who maybe
Right.
don't see your child all that much. Maybe they, live in another state, so they don't really know what their interests are. Maybe they don't know what sports they're into right now. So
Or even size that they wear
Or
if they want to
size.
get,
Yeah.
clothing or something to wear. And there are a lot of people that don't want to just give gift cards and money. There's not a lot of thought put into that either. So this app is developed so that you can create profiles for your entire family or just your children or child. And you can put all that information in there, what their likes are, what their sizes are, what their favorite colors may be, any unique interests they have. And you just send them. You can put a QR code on birthday invitations so that everybody that's invited can just scan the QR code and the profile pulls right up for
That's
that person
smart.
that's having the birthday. So it's really cool.
And we have a fun little profile here.
Kind of a quote unquote fake profile of a little boy named Alex.
Someone we may or may not know,
I've heard of him,
who may or may not be in the room.
Alex.
who may moonlight as a meteorologist.
Can you tell us your likes, Alex? What's listed here as your likes?
Golf, sports, and Yahtzee.
Oh man, I love a good game of Yahtzee.
Those are some good likes.
Yep.
So this issue was holiday themed, but also with the 1 year from October 25th coming up, I wanted to highlight the positive things that our community did for each other during that time. So hopefully we see you this afternoon, 4:30 to 6:30. We'll have some light snacks and drinks, and we'll be mingling with some of our writers and photographers, and of course myself and some of our team here. All advertisers and story subjects have been invited, but we welcome you guys to pop in as well if you'd like to grab the first copy without having to try and find it on your own.
Run it down.
Yes. People will be like, where do you distribute? Where can I find one? And I'm like, well, we distribute all over the place, but just
Yeah.
easiest to pop in the office and grab one.
Well, and you get to say hi to Lydia.
Yeah.
And Vinny.
And that is going to do it for us. Thanks to our sponsors, Ruper's Beverage and Redemption and UPI Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. If you would like to be part of the Lydia's Lunch Bunch advertising family, reach out to Pam Ashby via email at pam@lydiamediallc.com. Tomorrow, we're going to be joined by a couple of players for our Maine Nordiques NA3 HL team, who are the division just below our Maine Nordiques that we're so familiar with. The NA3 team has come back after, I believe, a 4-year hiatus.
Wow. And that's because our Nords are off in Blaine, Minnesota.
In Blaine, Minnesota.
Yeah, showing off what they can do.
That's right. Showing off for those D1 scouts. Thanks for joining us, and we will catch you tomorrow.